Hi, I'm Nathan. Welcome back to Holy Hypocrites. This is TLDR. These are audio versions of some of my top blog posts. I know not everybody has the time or desire to read, so these will be posted as podcasts on Apple or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts, and on the YouTube channel at Holy Hypocrites. Enjoy. Is AI evil, or is it just a tool to be used for good or ill? Originally posted April 18th, 2025. Welcome to the first part of a new series I'm calling Is It Evil? Alcohol, politics, yoga. The list is long, and we'll see how many we get to. There are two ends of the spectrum when it comes to these kinds of questions. In one corner, nothing is evil, not inherently. Things don't have souls, so the object isn't itself evil. Only the person designing or using it can be. In the other corner, everything is evil, or at least everything humans create carries sin residue. Sin is like that bit of honey you can't help but get on your thumb each time you open the honey bear. And if your honey at home doesn't come from a plastic bear, I can't help you. No matter how many times you wash your hands, everything you touch ends up a little sticky. So let's talk about AI. Is it evil? AI is powerful, like really powerful. And that means it demands wisdom. To whom much was given, of him much will be required. Luke 12:48. Whether you're fascinated by artificial intelligence or slightly spooked by it, one thing is undeniable. It's powerful. In seconds, it can write essays, summarize books, generate code, answer questions in every known language, and even imitate your favorite rapper giving a TED Talk. It's like we handed a laptop to a digital version of Solomon, but without the fear of the Lord. And that's the issue. Power without wisdom is dangerous, but power with discernment? That's potential. Jesus said that those who are given much will be held accountable for what they do with it. That principle doesn't just apply to money or influence, it applies to tools, knowledge, and yes, tech. As Christians, we're not called to fear the tools we've been given, but to use them responsibly. That starts by actually understanding them and not just tweeting headlines or assuming Skynet is around the corner. AI is impressive, but it's not a person, and it's not actually thinking. Psalm 139 says, "For you formed my inward parts. You knitted me together in my mother's womb. I am fearfully and wonderfully made." There's a lot of confusion around what AI is and what it isn't. So here's a simple version. Most of the AI tools you've heard of, like ChatGPT or Claude, are what's called large language models. Imagine a super smart robot librarian who's read every book, article, comment thread, and fan fiction online. But instead of having opinions, desires, or actual consciousness, this librarian just guesses the next word in a sentence really well, based on everything it's read. That's not human intelligence, that's mathematical prediction on steroids. So while AI can simulate conversation, mimic creativity, and sound astonishingly lifelike, it doesn't know anything. It's not self-aware, it's not moral, it's not sentient, it doesn't grieve or hope or worship. Only humans do that. Why? Because we're fearfully and wonderfully made. We're not word machines. We are image bearers. When we create, we reflect the fingerprints of God, who first imagined galaxies and then said, "Let there be light." Unlike AI, which is made in the image of man, humans are made in the image of God. That's not just a poetic idea, it's a theological reality with profound implications. Genesis 1 says, "So God created man in his own image." That image-bearing status gives us intrinsic dignity, moral agency, and a calling to steward creation. AI, no matter how brilliant, can never bear God's image. It can reflect our image, echo our voices, and replicate our data, but it cannot reflect God's nature in the way a soul-filled human can. That privilege and responsibility is uniquely ours. That means no machine, no matter how smart it sounds, can ever match what makes you you, your soul. Hey, let me pause for just a second and ask you to look down and make sure you are subscribed if you're on YouTube, or following the show if you're listening as a podcast. It helps me know that these are bringing value to someone, and it helps other people find them. So please just glance at that real quick and we'll get back to the show. We're made to create, to glorify the Creator. So are our tools. 1 Corinthians 10 says, "Whether you eat or drink or whatever you do all to the glory of God." Let's be clear, AI isn't evil. but it's not holy either. It's a tool, like a hammer, a paintbrush, or a Bible commentary application. What makes it good or bad isn't the code, it's the purpose. When we build things, whether it's a stable, a painting, or a neural network, we're stepping into our role as sub-creators. We don't create out of nothing like God does, ex nihilo, but we do rearrange what he's already made. That's part of the cultural mandate God gave in Genesis 1 when he told us to fill the earth and subdue it, to cultivate and steward. AI, then, is a product of that God-given ingenuity. But like every tool, it must be tethered to the Creator's purpose. Just as the Israelites used skilled craftsmanship to build the tabernacle, we are called to use our craftsmanship in ways that point to His glory, not our own. If our ultimate goal is to know God and make Him known, then any tool that helps us do that is worth considering. AI can help missionaries translate scripture into unreached languages faster. It can help Christian writers generate ideas, communicate clearly, and reach more people with less burnout. It can help students study, authors brainstorm, pastors prep sermons, and evangelists speak into digital spaces we've never been able to reach before. It can also distract us, puff us up, tempt us to cut corners, or worse, replace real connection with synthetic performance. The danger isn't in the tool, it's in what we worship. If we begin to put our hope in the machine, if we let it become our source of truth, our replacement for prayer, our shortcut to purpose, we've slipped into idolatry. That sticky sin is like honey again. But when AI is used humbly and purposefully as a servant, not a master, it becomes just another way we can glorify God in our generation. So is AI evil? Not in itself, but it can be misused. It can be misunderstood, and it will shape our future in ways we can't yet predict. That's why we need spirit-led discernment now more than ever. It's tempting to go full dystopian or utopian, but the truth, as usual, is in the tension. God has given us incredible creative capacity. That includes the ability to build something as complex and bizarre as artificial intelligence. But let's use it like image bearers, being wise, curious, and grounded in the Word. Let's make sure that everything we make still points back to the Maker.